This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 24th, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 0.86 points or 0.21% and closed at 404.55. Total trade volume was up with 89,533 shares changing hands at a total value of 437.7 million real or over $109,000. On the main board, 3 stocks were up. Leading the market was Pestech Cambodia, up 2.26% or 60 real to 2,710 real per share, followed by Grand Twins International, which was up 1.33% or 80 real to 6,080 real per share. Phnom Penh Autonomous Port was also up 40 real to 13,540 real per share. On the other hand, 4 stocks were down. The biggest loser of the day was Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, down 0.99% or 120 real to 11,980 real per share, followed by Akleda Bank, which dropped 0.58% or 40 real to 6,880 real per share. MJQ Education and Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ were also down. Meanwhile, the Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority and Cam GSM remained flat. Over on the growth board, both stocks stayed flat. JS Land was stable at 2,790 real per share, while DBD Engineering remained at 2,020 real per share. Akleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 38,240 shares changing hands at a total value of 263 million real or about $66,000, approximately 43% of Thursday's trade volume. MJQ Education recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 20,694 shares changing hands at a total value of 40.9 million real or over $10,000, about 23% of July 24th's trade volume. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD was strengthened to 4,007 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was slightly down to 97.35. Looking at global commodities, oil prices rose on Thursday, buoyed by optimism over U.S. trade negotiations that would ease pressures on the global economy and a sharper than expected decline in U.S. crude inventories. Brent crude futures gained 54 cents or 0.8% to $69.05 US a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures climbed 58 cents or 0.9% to $65.83 US per barrel. Gold prices extended losses from the previous session as easing trade tensions increased risk sentiment and weighed on demand for safe haven assets. Spot gold was down 0.6% at $3,367.92 US per ounce after shedding 1.3% in the previous session. U.S. gold futures dropped 0.7% to $3,372.70 US. S&P 500 futures were little changed early Thursday after the White House said that U.S. President Donald Trump will visit the U.S. Federal Reserve on Thursday, escalating his pressure campaign against Chairman Jerome Powell. This is the first time in nearly 2 decades that an American president will be making an official trip to the central bank. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the S&P 500 index were flat, while Nasdaq 100 futures were 0.22% higher. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.29%. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 24th.